Hey there folks, this is Ed with the Employer's Edge, and I just got off a great phone call with a new client, and they were asking me, Ed, how do we go about assessing a good assessment? What steps do we take to evaluate a good assessment? What do we even look for in a good assessment so that we actually achieve the results that we want to achieve? So I thought I would take what we talked about on that phone call, share it with you so that you can have a better approach to evaluating a good assessment. And we do this all day long. Hope we can help you here. I just want you to know I'm going to bottom line this, so I am going to move pretty fast. If you have any other questions, just go ahead and give us a shout at the Employer's Edge. Happy to jump in and help you out. When it comes to evaluating a good assessment, one thing should pop into your mind right now, immediately, above everything else, and that is, what is the data reliability of the assessment? And is this really the person I'm looking at? Because you want to learn something about somebody you don't know. You don't need an assessment telling you what you already know. You want a person to look at their assessment and learn about themselves, ways and things that they don't know. You don't need assessment to tell them what they already know or already think about themselves, because there's no value in that. You want an assessment where the data reliability is north of 0.8 of 80% on a test-retest basis. How do you get that? You go to a normed assessment. So start here. There's two different kinds of assessments. There's ipsative assessments and there's normative assessments. Ipsative assessments, you can pick them out because they typically report in one of four categories. Could be 4 colors, 4 numbers, 4 animals, 4 whatever. But if it reports in one of 4 categories, it's most likely an ipsative assessment and have a very limited data reliability to it. That's why people are getting away from them. I'm telling you now, when I said limited reliability, what I mean by that is they have like a 0.4 up to 0.5, 0.6 sometimes you see on those. So their data is typically only 50% accurate. What good is that to you? How's that going to help you? Now, as I'm telling you, just stop it. Your days with ipsative assessments are over if you want to get serious about meeting some goals. Those ipsative assessments may have a kind of a fun application in team building. And that's good. If you're using them for that, I guess go for it. But if you want to move from the world of fun into serious decisions, like put people in the right job, like hire the right people, onboard them in a great way, you have to use a good normed assessment, like our talent traits assessment. It's a 0.81 data reliability. That's first and foremost the most important thing that you want in your assessment. All right, so what does normed or a normed assessment get you? One, that data reliability, but you want to have millennials in the normed group. Then you can get some good data. 2, a normed assessment allows you to set benchmarks or success patterns. Patterns that you know are effective in your organization, and so you hire to those. You can't hire to someone's opinions of themselves because those opinions change over time and they're often only as good as someone knows themselves, or they're willing to let you in on their little secret. And so you have to know with great data reliability, in that job, does this person fit that role and are we hiring the right people? A norm assessment allows you to do that. A norm assessment is going to allow you to take a person's known behaviors and bounce them off of working America so that you're not just hiring what is good, you're hiring the best of what is good. And you can only do that if you compare a person to other people, to a fixed normed group. If you take someone's, like on an ipsative assessment, if you take someone's opinion of themselves, you can't bounce that against other people's opinions of themselves or groups of people's opinions of themselves. There's no baseline there for accuracy. Moods change, people's opinions of themselves change over time. And so that's why if you want to move from fun into serious, folks, just stop. You're done. You're done with the ipsative 4-quadrant assessments. Your days with that today, after this video, are now over. The other thing a normed assessment gets you is it's reusable over time. You can use it for hiring, put people in the right job. You can use it to onboard them. You can use it to coach and manage them. You can use that same assessment years down the road to help people understand their leadership DNA. And then even years down the road, you can use that same assessment to succession plan. So you're building your benches. You can't use an ipsative assessment for that because, again, People's opinions of them change over time if their opinions are even accurate in the first place. What else do you look for in a good assessment? You want an assessment that is specific for the level of employment you're hiring to. Let's just say you have executive high level, you have mid-level employees, and then you have entry-level employees. Use an assessment that does not mix the two or the three. Meaning, don't use an assessment that says if you have 2 cupcakes plus, and you add 2 cupcakes, how many you have for mid-level, and then in the same assessment say if you have a team of people that you need to manage through a problem and you need to cross-communicate, cross-function with another team of people, how do you do that? How do you lead that team? So you're mixing executive high-level questions with mid-level questions. Stay away from that. Do not do that. Next, use an assessment you can't Google the answers to, because if people can right there while they're taking the assessment ask Siri the answer to a math question or a vocabulary question, then you're going to get skewed data. That's why we have gone to reasoning ability and our talent traits where you cannot Google the answers to. Next, what you want to look for in an assessment is you don't want an assessment where you have to pay for the reports over and over again. On our talent traits, once you take the assessment, you can pull all the reports you want from years to come, because if you get charged for every report you pull, especially on large groups of people, it's too expensive. You're going to find yourself not using the tool. You're going to find yourself not making the good decision because it was just too expensive. We want you to use the tools. We want you to make good decisions once you hire the right people. So do not use an assessment where you have to pay for the reporting over and over and over again. It's too expensive. All right, next and last, use an assessment that has a modern data platform. Thousands of assessments out there. Most of them run off of 20, 30-year-old data platforms because it's expensive. Our talent traits, you can take the assessment on your phone. You can get the answers, the results on your phone. You can evaluate things right on the phone in real time right now, not wait till you get back to the office where your administrator went and printed all the reports off for you and now they're scanning them or whatever and emailing. But you want to be able to evaluate data in real time to make decisions right now in real time on the spot. So those are the foundation elements you look for in a good assessment to get the result that you want. I went fast. There's a lot more to it. So if you have any other questions about that, just give us a shout here at the Employer's Edge. We're happy to help you. And I hope that helped you today.